So it's been a while since I even attempted to upload a video, edit a video. I've had a bunch of clips that I've had just laying around on my hard drive, and I didn't get to them. I was in a bit of a lull when it came to vlogging and filming my every move and trying to formulate a story. And I got into writing a lot more. I started a blog, a website, so I got into my writing a little bit more serious about it, and it picked up a lot more steam than I expected, which was a good thing. But just a lot happened. I ended up retiring after last season from football. Played 4 years, great career. I had a lot of fun, but it was just time, for that next step in my journey, the next phase. Then, of course, the infamous global pandemic hits. We go into quarantine and COVID are the talks of the year, and we can't get away from it. It's possessing our every single day life. Oh yeah, and then last November, almost forgot about this. We got some good news. Around first week of November into Thanksgiving, kind of telling everybody about a month and a half ago, your boy became a new dad. A new parent. So there's that. Being a new dad is unlike any other, I would say, accomplishment. It's an accomplishment, or any other feeling that I've ever had. Parents growing up tell you all the time growing up is like, you just never understand what having a kid feels like until you have your own. And that was always one of the more annoying responses you get from your parents. You're just like, yeah, it's one of those typical cliche parent statements made. Like, you just don't know until you have your own. But as we kids kind of hesitate to admit, they were right. Because I have yet to be able to form the right combination of words and phrases to form a sentence to truly express how it feels to be a dad.
Getting ready to possibly go meet you. Mom's having contractions. A lot. So, getting everything ready.
I think the only thing that I've been able to even attempt to explain in the right way, and I don't even know if it makes sense to other people, but it makes sense to me, is that, when Chelsea and I first started dating, when we as human beings get into relationships, that lovey-dovey phase is what they say it all dies off after a certain amount of time, and you feel that rush of excitement and dopamine or whatever glands working in your body at the time. And you just feel that affection every day. It's just a certain feeling that you get. And with this, it's just different. When I first saw my daughter, it was a completely different feeling. And it was weird because you can't prepare for it. But the 9 months of my wife's pregnancy was smooth. It's a lot easier for me to say that because I don't have a baby forming in my stomach. My body's not changing. My hormones aren't changing. My sleep's not altering. I slept like a baby. She had trouble sleeping when she started because she couldn't sleep on her stomach, or she couldn't sleep on her side, or any of that, or couldn't sleep on her back. All these different things that she has to, focus on and think about during her day so that she can protect the baby. But she'll tell you that herself too. She says it was smooth as well too, besides some minor side effects that come with pregnancy, and they're very common. It was a 9-month pregnancy that we'll always remember. Chick-fil-A was her best friend. Ice Dreams, those little frosted lemonades, those tart freaking desserts, I can't do them. They're too tart for me, but she loved them. She loved frozen. She loved ice cream. She got cartons of ice cream. She ate a lot of sweets. And if you know Chelsea, like I know her. She's always been more of a savory, salty snack kind of girl. The amount of sweets that woman ate. That's how I know pregnancy with hormones and all that kind of stuff is insane. I can't even imagine what is going on in women's bodies. But what it did to her, food-wise and crave-wise, it's real. It's real. Because one, as soon as our daughter was born, all that sweet craving went out the door. It's crazy. I was hoping it would stick because I'm a sweet tooth guy too. And we kind of had a little sweet duo going on for 9 months. But that's gone. But it was heavy. It was heavy. She was eating Reese's peanut butter cup cereal, Captain Crunch. I mean, all the sweets you could think about. Chocolates. She used to hate that I get chocolate for Valentine's Day because she doesn't eat sweets. So that was crazy. The day that she went into labor and the day that our daughter was born, woke up in the middle of the night. You know, she was like, oh, I'm having a contraction. And when she told me, it was like 2 a.m. So I kind of looked at her, I was like, oh, just let me know if you feel it again, you know, because I think you're supposed to count the time between. So I was anticipating it to be way down the road. So I laid my head back down and closed my eyes, and shoot, like 5 minutes later, she felt another one. I'm like, let me open my eyes just in case I fall asleep. She had another one. I was like, let me get my ass up. Went and got everything prepared, and everything started to happen. We got to the hospital, and one of the blessings and advantages of that day, of that morning, that truly saved the day, was the fact that we had one of our best friends deliver us. She's a nurse on that floor. We had tried to plan it the whole entire time, and she wasn't even on call. She wasn't even on shift that morning. But we followed her to the hospital. She came over, and she clocked in, put her scrubs on, and went to work. And without going into detail, it was a blessing that she was there for that. Not just because it was dope to have your friend there. Some of the specifics that went into labor and delivery was very helpful. But it was a quick push, 15, 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you hear this cry ring out the hospital room, and you know, I look at Chelsea and she's crying, and you know, I look at the baby and I start crying, and all of a sudden it's like, boom. One, I'm a dad, and then two, my body goes numb. Not to where I'm falling or I'm gonna pass out, but it's just like it was just like a punch of emotion. It was like raw and intense emotion, passion and love, and it's like you look at this little, she was 7'2", 7 pounds, and it's a little 7-pound baby, and you're like, never have I felt this strong of this kind of love towards anything in my entire life. And it was immediate. You know, with Chelsea, you know, you got it with your girlfriend or boyfriend, you get to know them. You gotta get to know them. You're like, do I like this person this much? Do I like this person enough to, you know, say I love you? But this, you know, just I love you right now. And I you know, you love them in the womb and stuff like that. But it's like the physicalness of being able to see your kid. You're about to hold your kid. It's unlike any other feeling or act that I've ever had happen to me. I will say, Chelsea though, you know, you look at her, just, you know, she's glowing the whole time. You know, she won't say it, but I'm looking at her like she's glowing. You know, you guys have seen Hercules. You know when Hercules gets his power back at the end, and he's back a god again, and he's got that glow to him. That's how she looked at it. That's how she looked at the hospital bed when she was having our baby. But she definitely looked like she had a little makeup from the Hollywood producers on, you know, like she was on set. But that's just my wife. That's how she does it. But with the big ups and downs of this year and the roller coaster that 2020's been, it truly has been a blessing in itself to, you know, to look at Airly every single day, hold her, and just let every other worry slip out the damn door. slip out. You don't worry about, what phase you're in. You don't worry about what restaurants are opening up. You're not worrying about, what this person's doing, what that person's doing. You're worried about your kid right in front of you. And you just kind of forget everything else. That's been one of the coolest things about it, is that it's just been us. It's been us four: me, Chelsea, Airly, Bella the dog, and she's had some adjusting to do. But I think it's more the protectiveness and trying to figure out what's going on, because it's new. I mean, she's been our firstborn for, I guess, for 8 years. So I mean, that's a lot of adjusting to do to realize that you're not the only person in the house getting attention anymore. But for me, to be a hashtag girl dad, that's actually the first time that I've used that hashtag. I know that was really popular when Kobe unfortunately passed away, but to have what I hope to be a daddy's little girl in the near future, I can't wait for everything that we're gonna be able to experience together, and it's a little daddy-daughter duo, like it will be for the rest of our lives. And I can't wait. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for listening to my spiel about being a new father, a new parent. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.